Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. My name is Sahil, and what can I say about bacon and eggs that hasn't been said before? The world really loves bacon and eggs. So much so that it's become a meme and it's called bae. Like that's the joke somewhere. Bae is what you call your loved one, but bae also means bacon and eggs. Anyway, this old man is not very hip with all the new internet lingo, but nonetheless, let's talk about today's recipe. We are making a delicious keto-friendly bacon and egg fried rice. And as always, we're using cauliflower rice to make this. But anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my wok on the stove, and I'm going to add in my bacon into the cold wok. Now I'm using some lovely smoked bacon cubes, but if you don't get that where you live, you can just use your regular bacon chopped up into small pieces. Now the idea here is to fry the bacon from a cold pan so that as the pan heats up, the bacon fat starts to render out and the bacon sort of deep fries in its own fat and gets nice and crispy. And this process may take a little while. You don't want to have it up on a high heat. You just want to cook it on a medium heat and just let it go. This might take 5 minutes, it might take 8 minutes. Patience is the key. So keep giving your bacon a good mix. Make sure it's not sticking, not burning. It's cooking evenly. Sometimes I just like to stare at that bacon because it's so beautiful. And you'll notice as the bacon cooks and starts to get nice and crispy, it will release all its fat. And the bacon that I'm using actually has a lot of fat, as you can see, and that's good. This is the only cooking fat that we're going to be using in this recipe. No additional oils or butter or cheese or cream or anything. All the fat is coming from the bacon. Anyway, once the bacon has been cooking and it has become nice and crispy, I'm going to remove it from the wok using a slotted spoon. So get that bacon right out of the pan. What I'm also going to do is pour out all that bacon fat into a separate dish. The next thing I'm going to do is crack 2 whole eggs into a bowl. I'm going to season the eggs with a little bit of salt and some pepper. And then I'm just going to beat it. Just beat it. Anyway, once I'm done beating the eggs, I'm going to put the wok back on the stove. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of that bacon fat that I set aside. And then I'm going to pour the beaten egg into the wok. Now if you're wondering why I didn't just leave the fat in the pan and pour the egg into that, well, the reason is there would have been too much fat in the pan and the egg would have soaked up way too much oil, making it greasy and uncomfortable to eat. Anyway, I'm going to move that wok around because I want to get a nice big egg here. So I'm just going to work the wok, so to speak, and let that egg continue cooking. And once the egg is mostly firm all over, I'm just going to scramble it with my spoon. Nothing fancy, you're just going to get these lovely egg curds. Oh yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Instead of scrambled egg, we're going to call it egg curds. Anyway, once those are done, we're going to set them aside on a plate. Now I bring my attention back to the wok and I'm going to pour in some more of that bacon fat that we had set aside. And into the wok goes the white part of a single spring onion. And I'm also going to throw in about 100 grams of regular white mushrooms that I have sliced up. Of course, I'm going to season it with some salt and some pepper. And then I'm going to give it all a good mix. And make sure you turn the heat up now onto a high heat. Because now we're going to start to saute everything like they do in a Chinese restaurant, I guess, in a wok on a high heat. Anyway, let the mushrooms cook. What's going to happen is they're going to release their water. The water is going to dry up and then the mushrooms will start caramelizing. So give it all a good mix and let it cook. Now I'm going to add some minced garlic into this. And because a lot of my oil seems to have been used up, I'm going to pour a little more of that residual bacon fat in there, because I want the garlic to fry. And now you want to cook this and let the garlic fry and get nice and golden, because you know what? Life's too short to live it without fried garlic. And garlic really does make everything taste so delicious. Anyway, you got to keep working that wok, give everything a good mix. And then once the garlic has cooked for a bit and it's starting to turn golden brown, it's time to add in some bell peppers. I'm going to be adding in both red and yellow bell peppers. You can also use green, you can also use any other bell peppers you like. Maybe orange, I don't know what other colors are available in the market. Anyway, give it a good mix, and now depending on how you like your bell peppers, cook it accordingly. If you want them soggy, cook it for longer. If you want them crisp, don't wait too long. And now I'm going to add in the rest of that bacon fat because I really want to fry everything. Because the next thing we're going to add in is our cooked cauliflower rice. And now if you don't know how to cook cauliflower rice, click on the I button on the top right hand side of the screen and watch my video on how to do it. Now I'm going to give this a good toss, let everything get well incorporated. And now it's time to season the fried rice, and I'm going to be using some soya sauce. Alternatively, you can use coconut aminos if you like. And the amount of soya sauce really depends on you. If you're okay with the carbs, add more. If you want to keep the carbs low, add less. Anyway, also going to season it with a little bit of salt and of course a little bit of pepper as well. And then give it all a good mix. Now since the cauliflower rice has been pre-cooked, we don't really have to cook this for very long. Just give everything a good mix. And after about 30 seconds, it's time to finally add the final ingredients. So that crispy bacon goes right back in. So does the egg that we cooked and the green part of the spring onion. This was a pretty big spring onion, so I got a lot of greens. Anyway, once that's all in, give it all a good mix. All you need to do is cook this now for a minute at best. Let everything sort of marry with each other. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Our bacon and egg fried rice is ready. And oh wow, that looks so good. Make sure you serve yourself some in a plate. And then maybe admire your handiwork for a few seconds before you dig into it. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to dig into this fried rice, and I can't wait because it looks so delicious. And to be honest, I've never actually had bacon and egg fried rice. So this is a first for me. And yeah, let's dig in. Oh, yummy. Oh, wow. Oh man. The saltiness of the bacon, the softness of the mushrooms, the sweetness of the peppers. It's a beautiful array of flavors, textures, and you know what? This is pretty awesome if you ask me. And I really like the idea of using these sort of bacon cubes as opposed to regular sliced bacon, because that's much thinner and you won't get as meaty a mouthful as you will with one of these. You know, you could literally make this with any meat. I mean, you could also add chicken in this. You could add some steak, some chopped up sirloin steak. Oh, that would be so good. Anyway, there are many ideas, many things you can do with this. If you got any creative ideas, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. Hey folks, if you enjoyed this recipe for bacon and egg fried rice, I'm pretty sure you'll also enjoy my recipe for pork fried rice, along with 100 other recipes that are in my brand new keto recipe book called Keto Life. If you haven't ordered a copy yet, the link to order it is in the description box just below this video. And if you've already purchased it, thank you. And if you could leave a review on Amazon or whichever website you brought it from, I'll be super grateful. Anyway, you can click here and watch another free recipe of Headbanger's Kitchen, or you can click here and listen to some of my music. I'm a musician. Oops. Oh, damn it, I was holding the book upside down.